Yay, we're live. Welcome everyone to day 2 of clearing the dating demons so you can have happy, healthy love. And I am your demon hostess. I don't know. I'm not a demon, but I can facilitate them, I guess. So welcome. I am Reverend Lunch Lady, also known as Love Coach Macy, a relationship expert for singles and the creator of the Super Love System. And if we haven't met, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so grateful for you being a part of this 5-day challenge. And I designed this over the time of Halloween so that we could really start getting underneath these beliefs and stories and mind games that are associated with dating and maybe associated with your life and your experience, so that you can start making different choices and changing the space so that you're no longer sabotaging your love life, but actually stepping into a place where you can receive what it is that you truly desire. So the dating demons are those distractions, those pains, the really seductive energies and emotions and stuff within your life that actually will keep you from having something amazing in your love life. So in order to get that amazing, what I often like to call unicorn love, you have to be willing to do something different. So yesterday we started with getting clear. And if you're joining, say hi. I love seeing you on the live, and I love any of you who are watching the replay. I'm so glad you're here. So yesterday we talked about getting clear, and we tapped into the relationship that we're sensing in our world. And the big tool that we got yesterday was to move out of the thinking and into the awareness, and our awareness revealed our life in love. And how much fun was it to tap into that energy, and just the energy, and not from trying to create a man list or, cut out a million pictures to put on a vision board, but actually be aware of the energy of what it is that even brought you into this community, brought you to these classes, that has that unicorn kind of love in it. So some of you mentioned it felt light and sparkly, and where you can just imagine what it's like holding hands or being with someone who cares for you, and all of the exciting, fun aspects of being with someone where you're not playing games, where you're not having to prove yourself, where you're not, waiting around for this person to reach out to you, that you're in an experience where you feel adored and you get to adore someone. So there's a nice energetic exchange in this kind of relationship. So getting clear was switching off the thinking and coming into an awareness of your love story. So if you're joining right now, I encourage you to really step into that energy again right now of your love story. And if you're just joining, say hello in the comments. I'd love to see who's here. Part of this 5-day experience is us being together. This is us creating together. And I love being able to support you real time, but also for those of you watching the replay, you're going to get plenty of awesome tools and strategies along the way too. So today we're talking about getting powerful. Hello, someone said howdy, post your name. I can't see who you are. So today we're talking about getting powerful, and we're going to continue to add to our tools. So yesterday we switched off the brain, we switched off the thinking, and we stepped into awareness. So awareness is that lightness, it's the knowing that you know, it's not having a point of view around, oh my God, I'm getting it wrong, or this is bad. It's just this awareness and space. Hello, Corey. Hello, Karen. Hello, Deborah. So happy. Oh my goodness. I am so glad you guys are all here. So let's start. I want to start with our mantra. So at the end of class yesterday, we stepped into a mantra, and this mantra is something we're going to use every day this week. So we brought our hands together, interlaced our fingers. This is called a Venus mudra, but when you interlace your fingers together, I like to think of it as you're holding hands with your beloved. So it's like, imagine holding hands with someone, and you're doing that right now. So holding hands with your beloved and using the mantra, the me within me is infinity. And the me within me is infinity is connecting to the space of possibility. Most of the demons that we're going to be talking about this week, and the ones we talked about yesterday, the trolls and the goblins and the ogres that are like attacking and judging and being really mean, well, they're coming out to like contract our space and keep us thinking that there isn't this incredible infinite space of possibility. So the demons actually create scarcity. So when we say the me within me is infinity, we're acknowledging that this love story is like in this space of possibility, in the infinity, in the magic, in the space of miracles, and that there's no limitation here. So the me within me is infinity. The me within me is a reality. So the me within me is the reality where we are acknowledging that, you know, what we believe is what creates our life. So our point of view creates our reality. So when we're in that space of receiving our love story, holding hands with our beloved right here, and tapping into that, then we are immediately changing our future. So if you're buying into the ogres, oh my God, you know, you are helpless, this is what the ogre kind of gives us. Oh my God, you're helpless, you can't have this, you're not good enough, or there are no good ones left. All of the awful chatter from the trolls and the ogres and the goblins, that we can connect into the me within me is the reality, connecting to the infinity, connecting to this greater space. Yes, look at who's here. Samira and Sonia and Carol, awesome. Yes, the me within me is infinity. How freaking good does that feel? Like, to remind yourself of that. How often we forget and we actually believe that there's scarcity. There's not. Just look out your window. I can see a million leaves right now. I can see billions of blades of grass. There's always so much abundance. The white camera icon, that just is up there to show that it's live. Okay, so that's the second line. The third line is the me within me is the grace. So this is actually an ask, a call, a stepping into being able to have more ease. So ease and joy, and your love story, say yes in the comments if this is true for you. I'm guessing your love story has some pretty awesome vignettes of ease, relaxation, sexiness, fun, play. So rather than like an intensity of like, I got to figure this out, or like, this is so hard, it's heavy, like that kind of stuff. This is, love stories that people tell me about. Usually they'll say things like, oh, we're sitting on the couch, we're reading together, we take a walk on a trail, we travel together, we are, making meals together, we cuddle and sleep in on Sundays, like those kinds of things. I mean, that's the grace, the ease, and the beauty of the energy of your super loved love story. Am I right? So post in the comments or write in your journal, yes, if that is true for you, because I really invite you to make this as an interactive as possible. So we got to the third line. Let's get to the fourth line. So the third line was the me within me is the grace. And then the last line is, I am the master of my space. So today is Get Powerful. Are you willing to acknowledge you as the source of your life, as the creator of your life? And that means that you're not just sitting back hoping and wishing for something else. You're not giving energy to all the sad stories or buying into the trolls that say, you can't have it, you're too old. And then you're like, oh, okay, that must be real because I'm hearing this in my head. Hey, you guys, just because you hear something chattering in your head doesn't make it you. Doesn't make it real for you. It doesn't mean you have to buy into it. This is the time to step into your power and have the awareness to go, wait a second, that's a troll. That's a demon. That's a troll. That's a goblin. That's an ogre. And then we're going to learn about a couple more today. So are you willing to be that powerful? So we're going to say this mantra a couple times. And as you say it, let this be like, you're lighting the fire of your super loved power. So post in the comments. Yay. Okay. So let's say it together. Holding hands with your beloved like this. The me within me is infinity. The me within me is my reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. The me within me is infinity. Woo! The me within me is the reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. Woo! The me within me is infinity. The me within me is reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. And just imagine holding hands with your beloved like you're skipping down the part in the park. I know it's so cheesy, but I have to go there. The me within me is infinity. The me within me is reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. The me within me is infinity. The me within me is reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. Let's do it again. The me within me is infinity. The me within me is reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. Feel it. The me within me is infinity. The me within me is reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. The me within me is infinity. Connect to infinity right now. Connect to how expansive you are, how your beloved is already connected in this space of infinity. And the only time that turns off is when you forget this and you buy into, oh, I can't have what I want. And then you're basically, contracting and shrinking into a place of kind of hopelessness often. So the me within me is a reality. So when you are aligned with that infinite you, the powerful unicorn being that you be, which is the lightness, which is the joy, which is all that makes you so unique and amazing and exactly what the world is asking for and exactly what your person is looking for, honoring that, infinity, reality, and the me within me is the grace. Guess what? What if creation is only available when you're actually relaxing into it and having some fun and playing and opening up to this space. And then I am the master of the space is remembering that you are the most powerful being. So say yes to that. And right now we're going to talk about the next dating demon we're going to clear, because each time we are introduced to these and we know what it is that it looks like, how it can distract us, how it takes us away from our creation, then guess what? We can say, no thanks, not today, or stop. No thanks, not today, stop. So, and those are actual tools. And you get to use those tools of a no thanks, not today, stop in your life. So let me show you a little more about this. So today's dating demon is, I want to talk about the zombies and the ghosts. So we did talk about the ghosts for a minute yesterday, but I realized I really need to highlight these this week even more. So the zombies and the ghosts are those things from our past, those pains from our past, those relationships from our past, those even wounds from childhood. There may be some difficult things that you heard or witnessed or experienced that actually are forming your beliefs around relationships in a way that's not actually helping you create your next level conscious, loving unicorn relationship. So there's nothing to beat yourself up around this. There's a lot of kindness that we can bring to this and to just acknowledge, and I want to acknowledge with you and for you that I am sorry for anything that has occurred in your life that has felt really painful and may have made dating and relationship hard for you. I want you to know that I am sorry for anything that's kind of formed beliefs that have made you think that you can't receive love or made you believe that you don't think you're lovable or worthy. So what I want you to know, though, is that anything that feels like that heavy funkiness, and even if it came from someone you really care about, your parent or a grandparent or someone else, and that if it feels heavy and icky, it is not true for you. It's not in alignment for you. It's not true for you. And this is the day. So yesterday, we actually talked a little bit about how, our past is not what determines our future. And we acknowledged, everything there, that was then, and this is now. So in this is now, and talking about the ghost and zombies, just being aware that they may come into your space and try to interrupt your creation. And how does that look? Well, zombies are interesting because I think of them as, literally sometimes it's people from your past, maybe even exes or men or partners that have come in and out and just kind of show up and make you question, oh, well, should I give this attention or not? Like, and yet, but it can be tempting if you're buying into some level of scarcity around, maybe I should give it a chance, or and there can be this fear and doubt that clouds your own awareness to go, wait a second, I know what I know. And I'm not saying that if they come in that it wouldn't work, but being able to be aware of what patterns you tend to get sucked into. So for some people, it's the ghosts of the relationships of the past that bring up a anxiety spiral or a fear spiral that kind of keeps us from making choices moving forward, because we're like, I don't want that to happen again. Or what if that happens again? And we get, a little reactive. And this isn't a judgment. This is just being aware of how you function with some of these things. If you notice you get kind of reactive and you're in protection mode, I have a whole 30-day series on going from protection to connection. So if that is a big thing for you, you may want to reach out and find out about that series, because it's 30 days of powerful practices to heal that space and be aware. So is this something crawling back from the past that is trying to take you out of the present moment? Is this something that keeps you from being able to receive your future? When you know that's occurring, then this is a time to go, stop. Stop. I am not buying into that again. I'm not buying into that as a truth, especially, like I said, if it feels heavy and funky and icky, then you know that it is not serving you. And what we're moving towards, what we're bringing our awareness to, are those things that match your love story. And it's going to be making choices for you. So today's tool is no longer like waiting or wishing or kind of trying to get past these things, but it's actually making a choice for change. And it's making a choice. Let's not say change. I guess we'll say making a choice for something different. So making a choice for something different. So what are those habits or addictions? So the addictions are, in this space, these dating demon addictions are the ones where, we fall for those like past dramas or traumas that pull us back and keep us from moving forward. Or we buy into the chatter that says, oh, you're not good enough. There's not enough people out there, or all the good ones are taken, and all of that kind of the inner troll chatter. Or we start thinking, well, if it hasn't happened, then maybe it's just not going to happen. And the change here is to make a choice for something different. And it sounds really simple. And yet a lot of people then say, well, that's too easy. That's too easy, so it's not valuable. So anywhere where you've made making a choice as like not valuable because, oh, wow, that's too easy. Will you please release all that energy into the sacred bowl so we can flush that away? Because what if you could have more ease in dating? And the addictions, which is interesting to use the word addictions, but it really is that. What honesty can you be right now with yourself? Like, what do you do that holds you back? How much of the dating demons that make dating seem so hard are these habits of misery, habits of being single, habits, which isn't bad, but if it's coming from this place of, wow, you know what? I know for me, there was a time when my singleness, being single, and the dramas and the stories actually created something for me, because I got to play the like 40-year-old single spinster girl, and I had a lot of self-deprecating humor around it, and it got laughs. I got attention, and it was kind of funny to me. So there was an aspect of my own dating demon, like barriers to meeting someone, that I kind of secretly enjoyed. So are there spaces that you're aware of where you're just used to being in the sadness, being in the funk, being in the frustration? And are you willing to actually choose something easier and actually take a stand for yourself? That's why we're talking about this today, because today is the day to get powerful. What if you could be so powerful that from today on, that when the doubt comes in around dating and all that, and oh, am I going to meet someone and whatever, am I good enough, like all that you go, no, stop. Not true. Not buying it. Not making that real in my world. I am choosing to experiment in the space of my super loved love story and in the energy of that. And side note, if you notice that these things do feel like they have the super lock or hold on you, then that is a time to bring more consciousness and care to that. And that's one of the things that I do with my private clients is, we do these consciousness and regenerating images and memory sessions one-on-one that really get to the core of these issues and change them. So for many of this, though, you are going to notice that it's a habit and that you may need to practice breaking a habit. And it's a choice to be in your power. It's a choice to be choosing love, choosing your super loved relationship. It's a choice for taking steps in that direction. And that is where then you are activating and engaging with the universe. That's when you're actually co-creating with the universe, because you are making a choice that is not the same choices you've been making before. And it doesn't come with the rants and the stories and the complaints and the funk and the pain and the frustration as its side baggage. It's actually something different. So let me know if any of this is landing for you. Sometimes I don't know. I can't tell unless you share it with me. But this is really huge, because oftentimes we just have some level of comfort, consciously or unconsciously, comfort in things not working out. And you can even look back to the way you grew up. Was there chaos? Was that normal? Was it normal to see people fighting? Was it normal to feel kind of alone? And so there may be some of these energies of staying alone that end up becoming more valuable because you're used to it. And even if your heart is like, hey, it would be really fun to have someone to play with, if you're more hooked into the past stuff and the drama and the trauma and the pain, then that may actually provide more value for you. And when I say value, I mean there just may be something that is too unfamiliar, too different, too scary about stepping into a new space. So what if you knew that you are an infinite being and that you've already been a powerful medicine woman for lifetimes and lifetimes, and that your awareness of your super loved relationship is available and present here because it is your destiny. So I'm going to say that again. So are you willing to acknowledge that your awareness of the super loved relationship and the energy of that is in your field, in your space, because it is your destiny? So here's a comment. Awesome thoughts from Samira. Don't let myself get caught up in old habits or negative thoughts. Stay focused on the infinity. This all resonates. Thank you, Macy. Okay, good. Yeah. So yesterday's tool was switch off the thinking. I know that's really hard for people to sometimes grasp, because then we want to think about it, right? We want to think about, well, if I turn off my thinking, how am I going to think? So if you turn off your thinking, it actually brings you into the most powerful and wisest space of you, which is your awareness. The thinking is very limited. So that's only going to the past, only going to what you know so far. It's a very small, little tiny library. Picture like the one little library cart with a couple books on it. It's not the whole universal galaxy library. So when we go from thinking to the little mini library cart with a couple books of your past to awareness, then every book that's ever written, every magical thing, every possibility is there. And then it's tuning into that space. Sonia said, you made an excellent point about the story in my head about relationships not working out for me. I thought that was just true about me until I worked with you and found my man. Yeah, that was huge. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. And it's so awesome. I'm so happy for you. It's really interesting. I had it too. So how many of you do have some level of, wow, this may not work for me? And you basically have like the back door open. You're like, okay, I'm going to show up for clearing the dating demons, and I'm going to, tap into this love story for a minute, but but I'm going to keep this back door open because, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get my hopes up and then get disappointed. So how many of you are living half and half right now? Hey, I see you. I feel it. So anyone who is leaving the back door open so that they get to be right about things not working for you, will you please put all that energy in here and we'll destroy and uncreate that. So that's what I'm talking about. Like how much of some of these things that we've kind of bought into, like things not working out, or maybe it's not in the cards, and then, well, I don't want to get my hopes up, or so we kind of are in this like in between zone. We're in this purgatory thing. So will you please destroy and uncreate all of the ways that you're in purgatory and not in the ecstasy of your love story? Will you destroy and uncreate that? I don't know what that was. But anyway, there is a space in getting powerful that is making that commitment. It's making that commitment to you. And this isn't like, oh my God, I don't want to ever get married again. I can't commit to someone for a whole lifetime. It's not about marriage and another person. This is about you committing to you and you committing to what it is that you are aware of in you that is calling you. Could that change? Okay, it could. But are you willing to commit to, I'm not going to give up on me. I'm not going to give up on me. And as soon as you say, I'm not going to give up on me, you actually clear out all the ogres. So the ogres are those things that we think are bigger than us, that are like, are kind of working against us, but are so big that we can't change them. So, and all of the ogres in your dating life, will you please destroy and uncreate those? Let those big fatties go in there, and that's probably a double flush. Another one, yeah. Anyway, ew, that was gross. Anyway, so, wow. So now, this is the space of committing to yourself, being willing to say no to those stories, energies, habits, addictions that take you back into stress and drama and worry and fear and misery and I can't have this. And being able to step into your super loved space, which is the me within me is infinity. The me within me is the reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. It's that. And taking it even further, how much fun can you have having way more ease with this? And this doesn't mean that you're not choosing anything along the way. This is getting into a space where it's inevitable that you will meet your person, and being willing to be present with the whispers. So some people would say, oh, if it's inevitable that I'm going to meet my person, I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to like wait around. No, this is why I do the classes I do. This is why I have the super loved Galaxy one-on-one coaching stuff, because this is actually following the whispers and engaging with the quantum field to receive your beloved. And if it's in the space right now, like Sonia said, you know what? She was sharing that in her head, it was like, relationships aren't going to work out for me. There's just too many barriers here. And yet there was part of her that was willing to make a choice and commit to it and try something different to get a different result. And it's pretty amazing that when you're listening and you're following the awareness that brought you here to this class, that, being able to engage and get tips, tools, support, and practices to actually activate your own love stories, super loved powers, whatever it is for you, because everyone has a different experience. Everyone has different things that are kind of hooking them and holding them back. Everyone has different values. Everyone has different desires for what kind of fun relationship would be. So that all becomes a personalized journey to love. And not everybody, there's not a cookie cutter way. I mean, I do have the super love system that is a structure, but the structure provides for people to have their own transformation, their own healing, their own journey in their dating experience, but always staying true to you. So always staying true to you, not putting on like gimmicks or pretending to be something, or texting this or wearing that or winking like this. Like, it's not gimmicky like that. This is super love is the journey to you, and with a specific ask for connecting to your beloved. And it is phenomenal what I see occur. I've had a couple weddings recently with super loved people, another one New Year's, and so many people beginning to clear out their space. Real love can show up. Hi, Emily. Good to see you. So what would you love? What would you love? Are you willing to make a commitment to you, first of all, to continue the next couple days in this clearing the dating demons? So we've already cleared out, or actually have the equipment to obliterate the trolls and the goblins, and now the zombies and the ogres. So reminder with the trolls and the goblins, if they're chattering and saying mean things and you're believing everything you think, then that will stop you. So you have to be like, oh, wait a second. This is what Macy was talking about. Those are trolls. Those are demons. It feels crappy. Stop. No, not buying it. And then the ogres, we just flush down because there's nothing bigger than you. Flush, flush, flush the ogres, because you are the master of your space. And then the ghosts from the past, the zombies, this is when you kind of want to do a quality check with yourself and be honest. Like, what are the addictions I have to buying into, what this person said, or getting seduced into, maybe I need to make that work with my ex, or believing, oh, Aunt Millie told me that I'd probably never meet anyone because I look like blah, blah, or whatever, like stupid stuff that doesn't feel so stupid when you believe it, when you believe it's real. So I'm telling you, anything that's heavy and funky and feels icky is a lie, and what's light is true for you. And that's the super loved love story. That is the power of you. That's the you being the master of your space. So is there anything else I wanted to share with you? So today's tool specifically is, this isn't a waiting or wishing magic 8-ball, tarot cards. This is actually making a choice for you. This is having your back, holding your own hand, which you are the hand of your beloved. Like, this is your beloved and you are the beloved. So having your own back to choose love for you, honoring that love story in your heart. And guess what? You don't have to tell anyone what that is or the details of it. I want you to honor your love story as your own, because it's not going to look like anyone else's. So holding your own hand, having your own back, being able to be the dominant being in your space that says no trolls, no goblins, no zombies, no ghosts, no ogres. and there are more. We'll talk about them tomorrow and the next day. Is how many more days do we have? We have 3 days more. So right now, say yes if you are willing to make the choice rather than hoping and trying. Because notice one of my favorite tricks is, okay, go ahead and try to do a cartwheel right now, or try to just wave your hand. Try to wave your hand. There's no trying to wave your hand. You choose to wave your hand. So choose to wave your hand. Choose to say yes to your super love story. Choose to do whatever it takes and not give up. And I'm going to give you more and more tools and honor you as the amazing medicine woman that you be, that has been traveling through lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes, and has this inherent knowing that if you have that sense of, yeah, it would be fun to share my life with someone, that the clues are available for you. Now is the time to start listening to the whispers and engaging with them. So this is where I can help you, because you can get to a place where it's like, yes, yes, yes. And sometimes it's so different that it's hard to know exactly what to do with it. So we're going to keep playing with this. If you are interested in talking about this further, please do reach out to me. I mean, this series is a gift to you, and I don't really have any big special thing to like promote at the end of this, unless I change my mind, which I could at this point, but certainly in the future I may. So let's say it together. The me within me is infinity. The me within me is the reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. The me within me is infinity. The me within me is reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. One more time. The me within me is the infinity. The me within me is the reality. The me within me is the grace. I am the master of my space. Woo! Awesome. You know, it's so cool because as I say that, you know, in my own world, it's like I see, you know, the things that are the goblins, the trolls, the demons, the zombies, the ghosts, just seem to be like dots in the distance. The more you get to step into you and your powerful you, how amazing is that? How much space is available? So say yes to that today. And we'll meet here tomorrow. Invite your friends, not too late. We'll see you here tomorrow for day 3, where we get smart. I'm going to give you some real nuts and bolts tomorrow, and some ripping the Band-Aid off. There may be some Band-Aids ripping off. So only come if you want to feel like, okay, I can have some change here. That would be fun. Let's do this. I adore all of you, and I'm so grateful you're here, and we'll see you tomorrow.